Hi, I'm Mitch. I was diagnosed with FSHD at 18 months old. It affects everything I do and slowly gets worse over time. Most people don't realize how much it impacts on everyday things others never think about. Growing up, I didn't think much about what I could or couldn't do. I just lived in the moment with my friends. I couldn't climb playground equipment, play tag, or join sleepovers, but I found my own way to join in or keep up. By age 5, walking became difficult, so I started using a manual wheelchair, and by 7, I needed a power chair full time. I couldn't walk, lift my arms above my head, or even smile, so things like school photos were never fun. I stopped going to swimming and sport carnivals because I couldn't join in. Overall, school was okay and I managed to keep up until year 12. For my HSC, I was only offered 15 extra minutes on the 3-hour exam, far from what I need to complete it fairly. So instead of returning to year 12, I enrolled at a design diploma at uni. It's been great, and I've started working at FSHD Global to help pay for my uni fees. At 7, I started playing wheelchair soccer, and by 9, wheelchair hockey. Sport has always been a big part of my life, and it's given me the competitive edge I needed. Recently, I was part of the Australian hockey training squad for the 2026 World Cup. I wasn't selected, but the only feedback was to get a proper hockey chair. I played in my soccer chair, but for elite hockey, you need the right chair. But I still captain my local hockey team, the Sydney Bullets, and when I'm not playing hockey, I'm playing soccer with St. George. As I've gotten older, missing out feels harder. Most of my friends can go out anytime, but my life runs on rosters. I rely on about 20 support shifts a week for care, uni, and work. And if I want to go out to a bar or a party or a restaurant, I have to check if the venue is accessible, find a support worker, and see if the car is free. I can't just jump in anyone's car and go. Next week is already planned for what time I'll get up, when I'll eat lunch, so spontaneous plans are very hard. It doesn't make life bad, it just makes it complicated, and all those things can add up. Just like any 18-year-old, you just want freedom and independence. My first step towards independence was getting my L's, just like everyone else my age. The difference is, while they could start lessons straight away and have their P's in their own cars, my journey has been very different. For me, it's taken 2 years of specialist assessments and reports, all confirming I'm capable of driving. I've spent hours driving a modified van that lets me stay in my chair and use hand controls similar to my joystick. But after almost 2 years, we're still applying to the NDIS for the modifications for my own van. Our first 2 applications were rejected, and we've had to reapply again. I'm ready to buy a van, and I can drive. Every report says so, yet my chance to drive now rests with someone who doesn't know me, making a life-changing decision on my behalf. And all I can do is hope that they read the report better than the last 2 times. It's moments like these that really get to me and show just how frustrating FSHD can be. Sometimes it can feel like no matter how hard you try, there's always something holding you back, and that's what makes living with FSHD so tough for me. Living with FSHD it's not easy, but it's just how it is for now. And my hope is one day there can be a cure or a treatment. I talked about how FSHD affects my life, but a lot of what I've shared, my mum also experienced. She remembers things I don't, so I want to hand it over to her.
Thanks, everyone. FSHD affects every part of Mitchell's life and everything we do as a family. And now my husband, who also has FSHD, is beginning to show symptoms. He was a mosaic, what they were talking about earlier. Tonight I was reflecting on how hard it's been for Mitch to share his struggles tonight. He's never one to complain, and anyone will tell you that. His life has not been too bad growing up, and in many ways he's had a good childhood. But I remember, unlike Mitch, the times of falling 20 times a day, the struggle to get back up off the ground. I remember watching other kids play. They're jumping in pools, they're on swings, they're running, playing tag. And I always wondered what was going through his mind. Slowly, toys disappeared in our life. Trampolines, scooters, bikes. We gave Mitch whatever he could do at the time, and then sadly we had to take it away because he could no longer use it. Countless doctor's visits or hospital stays, endless quit minute trials. He hates his OT, but he kind of loves her. He does not remember, but at one point he even wanted to be hypnotised because he thought it would take away FSHD and he could do whatever he wanted to do. Finding wheelchair sports for Mitch has been everything. He's loved it instantly when he first tried it. It's competitive, it's equal, and it gave him something to look forward to every weekend. He once told us we're lucky he's disabled because otherwise he'd play every sport available. He loves watching sport too. If anyone wants to chat to him later, Liverpool Sharkies and FC are his teams. School brought his own challenges. Learning came easily. He's very smart, but physically doing the work didn't. He was lucky to have amazing friends along the way, and he still does today. If he'd had fair HSC provisions, he would have stayed at school this year instead of leaving for year 12. Because he's intelligent, he would have done fine, but he just couldn't have done the work that they expected of him. Instead, he enrolled himself into university all on his own. He's very intelligent, and he's gone and done a diploma of design. He's doing brilliantly. He's got several distinctions, and he's hoping to do a UTS degree next year. We've got the application, and if anyone knows anyone at UTS, come see us. His biggest challenges... His biggest challenges now are things most teenagers just take for granted. He's chasing his sporting ambitions, his freedom that comes with driving. As parents, it's really hard for us to watch. He's missing out on just life because he simply doesn't have the technology that he needs to do it. We're grateful for NDIS, we don't want to complain, but navigating it is exhausting. The endless paperwork, the assessments, just the reviews. We have to prove that Mitch is disabled and what he needs in life. Marcel and I couldn't be prouder of Mitch. He carries all this with strength, determination that says more about the young man he is than anything we could ever describe. We also want to thank FSHD tirelessly for the research that they've done. I did a talk 13 years ago. Mitch hadn't started school yet, and we didn't think we would be here today. So when he was first diagnosed, there were no clinical trials available. Marcel's about to start, my husband's about to start one in 2 weeks' time. So we couldn't be more grateful for what FSHD Global has done for us. Our hope is simple, that Mitch and everyone living with FSH gets the future that they deserve. A cure may not give Mitch back everything, but at least he might stop losing what he's got. It can protect his independence, his future, and his choices. Please help us make this a reality today by donating. Thank you.